is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast. Got a great question for you. Is your partner ugly but funny? Tommy, what does Inga want to say? Did she say anything about whether?
Well, I'm not the best looking rooster, but
You're
funny
you're
either.
calling yourself funny.
I told my wife a funny joke last night. Do you
what
want
was
to hear
it?
it?
Yep. Knock, knock.
Okay. I made
go?
it up.
Yeah, what'd you go
I
for?
made it up in the
Knockers.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Don't
Jessica.
knockers.
Okay, here you go. I made
okay.
up.
Yeah,
I
that's
told her
fair.
for just before she went to bed. She went to bed laughing.
Yeah. Have you got a drum roll for us, Jess? This is
Yeah,
gonna be
wondering if there was this
absolutely
much set up
hilarious.
last night.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
actually was this.
Okay.
Oh, I did a photo shoot for Baker's Delight the other day. They said I was the perfect role model. Thoughts?
I hated it.
She laughed out loud
Did
in the
she
bed.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was she asking you to do something at the time? Like, did she need something done within the house? Because quite
yes.
often we will manipulate
You're right.
you men into kind
You're
of
right,
Yeah, I
you know,
think that's what it is. She's laughing on the way out of town right now.
Yeah, she asked me to move out. So I think that was
shame.
And that wasn't a joke. We want to know, is your partner ugly but funny? We'll tell you more on the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Fitz, do you ever do this? And I do it all the time, and I'm so glad I found this article, where you walk into another room and you think, why did I come in here again?
Yeah.
And then you think, oh my God,
Yeah.
have I got a problem with my brain? What if I've got a
Most-
tumour? Oh my
Most
God.
mornings at 6 o'clock I do.
You walk in here and go, why did I turn up today?
Yeah.
Mate,
And what am I doing in here?
I'm famous for walking upstairs to my bedroom where I've turned up to pick. I've gone there for a reason, and then I get there and I go, I don't know what I'm doing here. I come up to get something, and I've got no idea what I'm getting. It is called the doorway effect, where quite often when we move from one room to another room, the doorway is like an artificial barrier where we step into another area, but it's always because we're distracted by what we were doing in the previous room that when we arrive in the other room, we don't know what we're doing there.
That's fascinating.
It is fascinating because I thought I was losing the plot. I'm famous for walking into the kitchen. I'll even open a drawer and go, what am I doing here again?
Yeah.
Why did I come in here? This is a university out of Queensland that's spoken about this, saying it's a metaphorical boundary between these contexts. So the brain is, sometimes the brain has to completely reset for you to understand what you're doing in the new environment.
It could be like a portal that you're going into. You're being transported into another room through the doorway. Well, see, we always use you as the doorway effect.
What do you mean?
To see if we can fit furniture through doors and stuff like that.
Well, you measure it against me.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's
Usually.
sort of a different, that's sort of a...
Can we get that fridge into the office kitchen? Whip, can you just stand up for us?
Right,
Yep,
that's
we'll be able to get it in.
Right, just more of a fat scale. He doesn't expand into that in the article, but what he does suggest you can do... Who's going to do this? He said, you can actually, while you're in your first room and you're doing something and you say, I need to get, I don't know, a pair of tongs out of the kitchen, set of tongs. So you write down that you need to get tongs from the kitchen.
oh, give me a break.
Walk into the kitchen, look down and go, oh yeah, gotta
yeah.
get tongs. Oh mate, we're not that bad. We haven't completely lost the plot.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Funny or funny looking? What would you prefer? And does it go hand in hand? I mean, would you prefer somebody that's funny or a little bit odd looking?
What do you think
well-
that I would prefer?
I think...
And I think you've got this wrong, Whipper. Funny and odd looking sort of
you've
go
got it
together.
Yeah, you're right.
you've-
I've got it
you've
round the wrong way, yeah.
completely right.
Sorry.
Start again.
Funny and funny looking, right? Or the handsome type.
Yes.
So what's more important, someone that makes you laugh or someone that's easy on the eye?
Yeah.
Or physical attributes. It's
if there was somebody that was unattractive but really funny, Swanee, and then you had, say, Tom Brady, the man with everything, or take a
What do
beautiful,
you think?
take a
What do
beautiful
you
specimen
think?
like Hugh Jackman.
I'd
Would you
love-
prefer the funny guy that wasn't so attractive?
What do you think?
I think you'd like the funny guy.
You know me well enough.
Yeah,
I think if someone can make me laugh, they are the most attractive person in the room.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely. And also, if they're a little bit funny looking
Yep.
to everybody else, when they are being funny, a man gets this gorgeous look in his eye when he makes me laugh, and that is beautiful. Like he's their most handsome.
Might just pour a drink.
When I laugh at their jokes.
Well, they might not have the physical attributes, but it's that little smile or the snigger that they have that when they make you laugh, that's more powerful than anything. Actually, I'd love to hear from ladies, 13 24 10. If your man is a very, very funny man, but
bit hard on the eye.
Well, you know, I mean, you don't have to be harsh, but did you marry someone or did you...
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship with someone because of their sense of humour? 13 24 10.
This is an interesting take from you, Fitz, because I think it highlights the difference between what men and women find attractive.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
There is no one is going to call, there is no woman that's going to call and say... My husband's funny, but he's deeply unattractive.
Well, they might call and say other people find him unattractive, but to her, he would be everything.
Yeah, well, that's right, and that's what we're talking about. There is no one more attractive to me than a man that can make me laugh, because that commonality. If someone makes you laugh, it means that you're vibing on the same level, and that is hot.
Speaking the same
that
language.
Well,
the greatest example this article goes on to talk about is Pete Davidson. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever looked at Pete and gone, oh my God, he's the most handsome man on the planet.
I have.
Have you?
I have.
Because he's funny?
Yes. Pete Davidson is absolutely in my top 10.
If he did not open his mouth and talk Chrissy Swan, would he still be in your top 10?
Well, that's irrelevant.
No, but this is what
Isn't
they're
it?
talking about, because it's his art of his comedy and the person he is, which makes him so attractive. So Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, Cindy Crawford's daughter, Emily Ratajkowski. He's got a new girlfriend, Elsie Hewitt. It goes on and on. Pete Davidson
That's
and
not
his
Beck and Leighton's daughter, is it?
No.
Ah, Phil. Okay.
Pete Davidson and his lineup of models is extraordinary.
Yeah, even he can't believe it.
And that's because he's funny. And this article actually says that you can laugh yourself into a healthier person. Similar studies have shown that laughter can improve a person's lifespan by up to 20%.
Absolutely.
Because it's so healthy for you.
Well, let's just start. Someone's given us a call. Sabat from Oran Park. What do you prefer? Sense of humour or looks?
Sense of humour for sure, hands down. Good morning, guys.
Yeah. And they're not mutually exclusive, are they?
No.
Like, if somebody's funny, they're good looking.
So Chrissy and Sabat, I want to ask you then. So if you meet someone, you're not physically attracted to them straight away, but you get to know them. The first time that they make you laugh, Chrissy, is there a moment inside of you where you go, oh my gosh, this person?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
I am. There's an attraction now that I have. Yeah,
absolutely. And
definitely,
I'll go as far to say, and I can't be the only woman in Sydney that is like this. I do not find, like, I'm not attracted to someone. I don't walk into a room and scan and go, he's handsome.
Guns, yeah.
Until we're talking. And I think men are different. Men scan the room and they can zero in on a woman.
Some would, I wouldn't.
Without any sort of communication, because men are so visual.
Yeah, we are. We're basic.
So
we're simplistic.
I think you're saying women are sort of after that sort of middle-aged, chubby, hairy back kind of guy.
Yeah, but Chrissy made a great point. You say unattractive, but because they are funny, that turns into attractive. And you're talking about Pete Davidson, the comedian over in the States, who has had a long list of beautiful women.
What a lineup.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Hey, community service announcement. Have you watched King of Staten Island?
No.
This film?
Is it good?
Oh, my God.
Is it funny?
It is magical.
Okay.
It's about his life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about his dad who died in 9/11.
Oh, God.
And
yes, I did know
honestly, it is the most beautiful film, and he wrote it and acted it. Honestly, it's just so
His dad was a firefighter, yeah?
Yeah.
That's right.
Fascinating.
Right, Alison in Narellan, welcome to the show. Tell us about your husband. Is he the funny, maybe not so traditionally looking guy?
So my husband, I think he is attractive, but when we met, he was funny, and that's what attracted me to him the most.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends didn't particularly think that he was attractive, which is good for me because he was mine. But we've been together for over 20 years. We've been married for nearly 18 years now. And, I find him attractive.
And
I know that
you're still laughing at his jokes?
Yeah, all the time. So, and I make him laugh. So, but his laughter and his jokes, it's what attracted me to him in the first place. So, humour actually lasts forever, looks fade. So,
well said. Get that on a T-shirt.
Did it take a while for you to get that attraction, Alison, through his humour, or it was pretty quickly when he first started to make you laugh?
No, it's true. As soon as he made me laugh, we met once at a dinner table. He was right at the far end, and he just said something funny, and it made me really appreciate him and like what he had to say. So, and then it just sort of built on from there. But he made me laugh on our first date for more than half the night. So,
Alison, I've just thought of something. I reckon what that is why women love to laugh so much from the sense of humour of a man is that it's a really selfless thing that he's doing. He is throwing out a joke purely to make you feel good.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, when they've got a genuine laugh and a genuine feel for a sense of humour, not fake, it's not put on.
No.
It makes life so much easier and happier.
I know, and then they get
stress
so
out of your day and
pleased.
everything.
They get so pleased and proud of themselves when they make you laugh, and then they look so cute with their crinkly little eyes, and they fiddle in their seats. They're proud of themselves. So
nothing
cute.
Better than you have a laughing fit with your partner when you're both just making yourself laugh so much to the point of crying. It was weird though that I was naked at the time when BJ started it.
Hilarious. I mean, I have a photo of Lisa that I can't show anybody else, but she's actually wet her pants. Like she's wearing grey jeans and she's wet herself.
From something you've said, Whipper.
Yes, could not stop laughing.
That's a physical condition that she has.
Wow, that is a forever relationship.
She's wet her pants. Belinda and Balmain.
Brilliant.
Do you go for the looks or humour, Belinda?
Oh, Belinda and Balmain. Hello. Yes. Good morning, gang.
Oh, BJ!
Give me a break.
Good morning.
It's about time we had you on the show.
Ring up, A, to get a trip to Cairns, and B,
You're in the running.
that go for the funny blokes, guys, the good looks, as I would back up the last lady. They do fade off pretty fast.
Oh, come on.
Very quickly.
Whoa.
Very quickly.
Was it?
BJ, I thought you were going to say, guys, I've hit the jackpot. I've got my husband's both hot and funny.
With
and
his baby blue eyes.
Yes. No, my attraction to Ryan grows every day.
You don't have to say
admit,
that.
And I
Thanks,
do
honey.
tell him that, whether he listens or not. I do. It grows every day. Every time I look at him, I just melts my heart.
Actually, Chrissy, do you know what? One of the first dates that we had, actually, and this is so bad, and I cringe every time I think of this, but I asked BJ and her friends. I hosted a desperate and dateless ball at Dreamworld on the Gold Coast.
Wow.
And BJ was up there working. Oh, and it was horrific. I was up there and I just had inebriated people just yelling stuff out about Big Brother, and I was trying to find her in the crowd, and I could tell that they were laughing at me.
Was he funny that night, BJ?
He was funny. He actually had to host a dating show, and then for some reason,
I think it was the Love Shack. No, it was the Love Sack. Remember when you had to jump into a sack together and you had to dance? It was like a sleeping bag.
No,
it was horrible.
I had to pick three blokes or something, and you had to host it, and then they had to go on a date with me, and you were just trying to make them not pick me or something like that. It was very funny.
Okay, I've got an idea. Earlier on, Fitz, you were talking about renewing your vows and everyone getting dressed up in, wedding dresses, and that was the theme. What about this? Yeah. You do the love sack.
That's good. Love
for all your
sack.
family and friends.
Baby, love
Mine and
sack.
I love sack. I would get
If you
lost.
see a painted sign at the side of the road, it says 15 miles to the love sack.
Thanks, BJ.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Val Kilmer, who passed away yesterday at the age of 65. Oh,
Too
listen to
young.
that.
Gone
What
too
a-
soon.
What a movie. And you know what? Whipper and I were absolutely blown away when we went and saw Top Gun 2 because we
Maverick.
didn't expect it to be so good.
It was neck level, wasn't it?
Well, are they making another one? Well, I tell you who won't be in it, Val Kilmer, because he was in Top Gun 2, remember? They used AI technology for him because he got throat cancer in 2014. His last few years of life was hard for Val.
But
and
they,
you know,
in the
he-
movie Fitz,
Yeah.
in Maverick, they kind of bring him in as the wise old guy who was sort of like a godfather role full of advice. But he's kind of... In the movie, is he sick? Because
Yeah.
he looks sick in the movie.
He was. He could hardly talk.
No, he
because of
couldn't
throat
talk.
cancer. He brought out a documentary, Val. I saw it. He was very difficult towards the end. He wrote a memoir as well. He said, I have behaved poorly. I have behaved bravely. I have behaved bizarrely to some people. I deny none of this and I have no regrets because I've lost and found parts of myself that I never knew existed. I am blessed. And you know what? He was blessed. This movie was unbelievable. He didn't want to take this movie, but he finally said yes to it. Actually, have you got Kenny Floggins there with Danger Zone? Jess?
Bit of highway.
Because we know him as Iceman.
Yeah.
Actually, the scene at the end of Top Gun, because he and Tom Cruise hated each other. Iceman and Maverick hated each other. And this scene at the end of the movie, no one will ever forget.
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
What's that?
It was mildly erotic, wasn't it, when
Yeah.
they were hugging each other at the end? with
I
their
wanted
tops-
more. Yeah.
Oh, tops off playing beach volleyball. Remember that scene?
Yeah. We could do an AI version of them, Tommy. Excuse me. Where they get off the plane, we take that scene and then they just start kissing. Now, that'd be hot.
That's a strange twist.
Thank you.
The one for me, I won't play this, Grab, actually, but the movie for me was Heat. He was in Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. And he said he was asked about it. What was your experience like working on Heat? He said, imagine I now call them Al and Bob for the rest of my life. Not many people can do that. I've seen Bob giggling like a schoolgirl in a van in the middle of the night because we have to be quiet when they're filming outside. I've been hugged by Al Pacino in the middle of downtown LA like he was my older brother. I've shot live rounds from high-powered assault weapons over Bob's head while rehearsing lines from our film. I am blessed. But
Seems to be finishing all his statements with I am blessed.
I am blessed.
He's done a bit of that gear.
There was some weird stuff that he did, though. He went pretty hard on Twitter for a while and started telling stories about celebrities that he met over the years. Peter Gabriel. I was once a teen when I met Peter Gabriel. I was so shy I couldn't breathe. So was he. Years later, he came to see me film The Doors. Now we're friends.
Cool.
Lou Reed.
Blessed.
Lou Reed. Once I tickled Lou Reed at a dinner I threw for him. He leaned in and said, I know martial arts. So talented, but so tortured by his dad.
Blessed.
Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. I once let Jimmy Page play with my girlfriend's hair, wet from the rain. Come on, it was Jimmy Page and she liked it. Hell, I would have liked it.
Blessed.
Angelina Jolie. Once Angelina Jolie gave me a ride home on a jet, I surprised her by filling it with gardenias. She'd also bought a French actor. He was mad.
Blessed.
And this is my favourite. He loved Kate Blanchett.
Does he?
He loved Kate Blanchett. Once I did a cameo just to hang with Kate Blanchett, who picked up a shovel in our scene. I was so dazzled by how she picked it up, I forgot my line.
Awesome. Blessed. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
I can hear in your voice, Whipper, that you're eating something. What you have?
Just hang on a minute. This was an issue I had last week. I take a bite of an apple and then I realise it's 20 seconds to go on Gracie Abrams. And I panic. And then my mouth has got too much saliva in it.
So, Chrissy, last week, he came out of a song, eating, right? And we were like, and we had a go at him on air about it. Mate, you're live on air. Be professional.
Yeah.
The next song, he does it again.
I just didn't realise. I thought I could...
But the thing is, they're irresistible. Wasn't it a chicken wrap or something?
Yeah, there was a wrap on the go, yeah. It's from Three Dots.
When the studio is full of chicken
I mean,
smell.
what are you meant to do? Do you know what I mean? You just got to smash it any way you can.
I mean, normally when you're talking for a job,
Yeah.
you usually wait till you're not talking. But anyway,
Well, you
do you.
You can have a chat to my stomach after 9 o'clock, Swanee.
You're the king. Your
Thank you.
stomach is the king.
Thank you.
Hey, are you across this Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney?
No, talk me
thing?
through it. I know Sydney Sweeney because she was in our country not long ago.
She was. We probably first got to know her in Euphoria.
Yep.
And I think she was also in one of the White Lotuses, wasn't she, Jess?
Because then there were
White Lotus?
She was.
Yeah, she was season 1 of the
And
White
then
Lotus.
there were
That's
some
right.
photos of her with Sydney Swans players down in the rooms, Chrissy Swan.
Was there? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Well, she went to a Swannies game, and I think she was I think she got a photo with Errol Gordon.
And was the headline Sydney Swannies?
Hey!
Oh, that's not bad.
Bang,
That is-
out. Play the song.
Yep,
Get out.
done.
Come on.
Would have been better if it was you.
Anyway, so she was filming in Australia a fairly crap film called Anyone But You.
Okay.
And her co-star, Glenn Powell, is like, imagine if you just punch in all American
Hero.
meathead into a computer.
Right.
A 3D print of Glenn Powell comes out.
Was he Captain America, is he?
Yeah, totally. Anyway, they did the publicity rounds together and they were very, very familiar with each other.
Okay.
You know, but that happens, I think. I don't think there's anything untoward there. I think men and women can be friends and they obviously are very close friends, like brother and sister, sort of like boyfriend and girlfriend
Yeah,
sort
but
of
see,
level.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt hooked up on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, didn't they?
They tried to
and
be
that,
friends.
that ended in disaster.
Oh, God.
But
Didn't it? Poor Jen. Anyway, they denied that they were together and then they made a big joke out of it, going, ha ha, you fell for it. She was engaged the whole time, Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
And then earlier on this year, it came out that she had postponed her wedding. She was due to marry her fiancé in May.
Postponed.
But all of a sudden, she said that we're not going to get married. We're just postponing it. We're too busy. And that was when I smelt the rat,
Yeah.
Fitzy and Whipper.
It's a very
That was
smelly rat.
well, because even if you're just a guest at a wedding in May, that's in the diary,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you work around that, and you have to say, no, sorry, I can't drop my kid to camp because I'm at this wedding or whatever. Let alone you're the bride and groom.
Wow.
I don't know. So I was just like, yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, De Moi, which is the juiciest account on Instagram, published some photographs of Sydney Sweeney enjoying a pre-wedding lunch at a Mexican restaurant with Glenn Powell and Glenn Powell's sister. It's her wedding. The sister's wedding. Sydney Sweeney is at the sister's wedding.
Right. Okay.
That's intimate.
Isn't it?
I don't know if you speak Italian.
I do,
but
yeah. I've translated
that's
it to
Italian for
intimate.
intimate.
That's extraordinary, isn't it? So
Yeah.
in with the family means a lot. And I would have thought... Yeah.
And Sydney's broken up with her boyfriend, fiancé,
It's
and
on.
has been single since January.
It is on.
do you know what?
Is
There's
that what you
always
say?
Yeah.
There's
Yes,
a
Fitz.
moment where young Australian men see the headline that Sydney Sweeney is broken up with her fiancé, and there's that moment where you go, half a chance.
Could it be me?
I'm half a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Funny? Isn't it funny the way that we do that? Like, as if anyone's got a chance with Sydney Sweeney. Or like when Brad Pitt was single, I was like, oh, that's good news. One step closer. As if.
Another barrier out of the way. I'm coming
anyway,
through.
He's been asked, Glenn Powell's been confronted and has given this allegedly cryptic response. I don't think it's too cryptic at all.
Did anything happen this weekend?
My little sister got married, yeah.
Congratulations.
I know.
And the wedding caused a little bit of a stir. Did that surprise you?
You know,
I bet your sister was like,
timing is everything in this world, isn't it?
Your sister was like, dude, I'm getting married. I'm the bride.
Yeah, no, I mean, she and Sid are obviously great friends, and it was a hell of a wedding. You know, the Powells know how to do it right, and so all the people that love her were there.
How are they great friends? How? Whipper. Yeah, I don't know about that. I do know about Meghan Markle. She's insufferable. If you haven't seen the Netflix special that she's put out, you simply must.
Where are we at with it now?
You simply must. Well, I can't watch past episode 3. Episode 3 was actually quite lovely, but Harry H, I should call him,
H,
and her have for the first time invited a journalist into their home, and they have one rule, and I love this rule. The journalist is not allowed to take any photographs or footage of the outside of the house or the inside of the house.
Gotcha.
Okay, sure.
Has he still got the
private?
Didn't they lost their security? Didn't they? Their royal security. Didn't the Queen?
Yes.
Yeah, at one stage, the palace pulled the security.
That was an odd flex, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it?
I hate it when Mum and Dad do that. So frustrating.
No, who's gonna live in the gatehouse now, Whipper?
Who's going to look after me and open the gates to start with?
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk HSC, because when it comes to schoolwork, I was an absolute fiend for it. Couldn't get enough of it. Took on the hardest subjects and excelled in all of them.
Tell Chrissy what you got in your HSC.
It was, out of 100, it was 16.6. So rounded up to 17. So not a fail, got the certificate.
Are you joking?
Still
No.
passed. Still passed.
Yeah, still passed. Fitzy will never understand that.
With 16 out of 100.
Please don't make me explain this to you again.
16 out of 100?
Yeah. Look,
what were your subjects? I just want to know everything about you.
English, art.
Drama.
No, sport. I can't even remember. But I remember.
You're making this up.
I'm not.
They're not Year 12 subjects.
Yeah, they are. It was like
art, sport.
Yeah, PEB it was called. So it was like, I don't even
Pleb.
know. No.
Oh, Pleb.
So what would happen, Swanee, I completed the exams and had no idea, didn't do any study for it. And I got home and I said to Dad, you're not going to believe it, the scores are out. And bloke Heath Daniels, he got 21, Dad. How embarrassing. And Dad said, grab a seat, mate. I said, what's happening? He goes, I put in the phone call for you just in case you're going to be upset if you're by yourself.
No.
And he said, Heath Daniels has done pretty well compared to you at 16.6.
Oh.
What's
Heath doing?
I found out my results, that they were published in the newspaper
Were they?
for everyone to see.
Oh, that's full on, isn't it?
Don't do that to me. And do round it up to 17. This guy here, he's just completed his HSC, Jed McDonald Singh, and he has come out with an ATAR of 99.7.
Well,
the thing is, he ignored the teacher's advice. He didn't do any study. He didn't take notes, but he used an app called Anki, A-N-K-I. So what this does, Anki records the class and then creates flashcards that you can review it. Genius.
That is brilliant.
Because, teaching works for some people and there's other methods that are far more effective for others. Flashcards is my kind of gear. I was a flashcards guy.
Me too. That would have worked for me.
Did the times table where you had, 7 sevens and then you'd turn it over and 49 was on the back.
Yes.
Great flashcard.
Yeah, awesome flashcard. Flash it everywhere. Anki does it now automatically through the notes from your teacher. Man, I needed this gear when I was around. So he would just review his flashcards and that's how he got through. Next thing you know, bang, see you later. I'm off to school. He's with a 99.7.
Yeah, but he's reviewing his flashcards.
Yeah, they're flanked.
You wouldn't have even done that back in the day because your mum was doing your homework.
Well, Mum
so you
could've-
wouldn't look at the flashcards.
No, but Mum could have held the phone in front of my face while I was eating. So there would have been some teamwork still required.
She had her own flashcards.
She didn't have any flashcards. You leave my mother's breasts out of this.
I should have had Anki with me last night when I was
You needed a
trying...
flash, did you?
No, I went and saw The Accountant, which is my kryptonite.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I was trying. I had a face on, like an expression to make him think that I understood what he was saying. I should have had Anki.
Yeah, you should have had Anki. He could have flashed and you would have won.
You wear Anko, don't you?
Yeah.
I do, head to toe, Anko. Thank you for noticing.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Dolce and Gabbana. I think the apple's running right to the core.
Brand man. How well do you know your logos, your brands, and your slogans? This is Brand Man. Tom, you normally just sort of cruise through this. It gets very, very competitive between Ryan James and Chrissy Swan.
I feel like Tom sort of cruises through life.
Doesn't he?
In general.
Doesn't get out of second gear. Couldn't agree more.
So cruisy.
Thank you, guys.
Here we go. The first one, guys. Which bank's tagline is more than money?
Commonwealth?
What was that word?
That's which bank?
Commonwealth?
No.
Oh, more than money. Maybe Westpac?
No.
NAB.
Bang, Chrissy Swan. There we go. We're on, guys. We're off and running. The Arnott's logo has which bird on it?
A Rosella.
Nope. That's what I thought it was too.
Is it a parrot?
Yes, it is. Part of the parrot family, the Rosella, but I thought it was a rainbow lorikeet. Chrissy goes to
Can you just keep yelling out your answers, can you, until you get one right? Is that how the game works?
It does now. Which brand's logo has...
Oh, I love it when Fitzy,
Well, he's
like
angry.
the old footy gene kicks in and he's like, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm a competitive animal.
BMW?
No.
Rolls Royce?
No.
Audi?
No.
Yes, Fitz, keep
Maybe
going.
we put a 3 strikes max on it.
Toyota?
No.
Mitsubishi?
No.
Holden?
No.
Ford?
I don't-
No.
I don't even know what the question is.
Yeah, I don't
Which
either.
brand's logo has 2 bulls running at each other on it?
Maserati.
Fitzy Red Bull. Correct. One for Ryan James. You're on the map. This one's a little trickier. Which New Zealand brand uses this as its tagline?
Your friend in the fridge.
Oh, Mainland.
Yes, well done,
Cheese.
Chrissy Swan. Oh, she's on fire.
Love it.
Wilson and Dunlop both make equipment for which sport?
Tennis?
Tennis.
Correct, Ryan James. Teams, word, edge.
Microsoft?
Oh, jeez.
Someone was trying to hack into my Microsoft account. I kept on getting emails going, here is your single-use code.
Really?
Yeah, I got into
I
your
hate that.
Excel account, which was unbelievable.
How were the
Some-
spreadsheets?
and
Fitz?
some of the spreadsheets you've got in there
Oh
are
my
really
God.
sexy.
Some of the hottest spreadsheets I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a rank of who's hotter.
Yeah.
Daryl Hall or John Oates.
So true. And I still don't know the answer. Which hotline would you get if you called this number?
1300650506.
What?
Tough question.
Pizza Hut?
Don't tell me Tom's going to come in here.
I know this song.
What is it?
Go on, Tom.
The reading and writing hotline?
No, Tommy. Well done. You're on the board, Tom.
Yes.
Wow.
Called them
Were
a few
those-
times.
Were those ads played in between episodes of Degrassi High?
They would have been.
Enjoying your misspent youth.
What about
Drake
this
was
one?
in that. Drake was in Degrassi, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was, yes.
What about this one, guys? A bit closer to home. Jessica Fox is currently the face of which Australian company?
Jessica Fox. Sydney Water?
Yes, Ryan James. Chrissy, Fitzy's in the lead. The Hoyts logo has how many dots on it next to the H?
Oh, gosh. 3, 4, 5, 6,
Who said
7,
four?
8, 9.
Who said 4 first?
I said four.
Fitz.
I
Chrissy
said four.
Swan.
Give me a break.
Scores a level. Here we go,
I
guys.
said 3, 4, 5, 6,
No.
7, 8, 9, 10. You're at... Thank you.
It's time
Another
to
one
go.
for
Here
me.
we go.
Fitzy.
This is the decider. If I was eating a Ripper roll, which fast food chain would I be eating at?
Oh,
Red
Red
Rooster.
Oh, Tommy.
That was on the line. Do you have a
was
spare?
on the line.
Yeah, that was definitely on the line. Have you got a spare?
Yep.
Okay, well, here comes the spare question.
Which sporting brand's slogan is "Just do it"?
Nike.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I was first.
Give me a break.
That was a dead heat. That was a dead heat again.
Damn.
My God, we've got the reading and writing hotline. Do you want the hearing and seeing
Whipper's just
hotline?
looking at brands on people's tops at the moment because he doesn't have any more questions.
Oh my God, look at his thinking face. Look at his spontaneous
What company
thinking face.
has the slogan "Shut up and take my money"?
KFC.
Yes.
Well done, yes.
That's it.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova